Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 13th and final episode of Hataraku Saibou, or Cells at Work. And last episode, Hanakana got her very own Kohai, and she's doing her best to be a good senpai, but not the best results ever because Hanakana's not exactly super competent at her job. But I think near the end there, I mean, the Kohai started to learn that Hanakana is something special, and does have something she could learn from her, even if it's not maybe what she expected. But yeah, things kind of escalated there, and we got some life-threatening damage to the human body. So hopefully we can deal with all that because this is quite a finale here. So yeah, let's get into it and see how that all gets resolved. 3, 2, 1, play. Well, I'm awake now. Yes, we are. Near the head area. What exactly happened? I guess maybe she fell down some stairs. Yeah, hemorrhagic shock. And then you go from that to this happy-go-lucky opening. Sounds about right. And this may have been a good episode to do that whole don't show the opening thing. And then maybe just play the opening music at a crucial part later in the episode. And maybe they should have went for more of that kind of approach, but, you know, oh well. But yeah, it has to be some kind of falling down the stairs or car accident or something. I mean, we don't actually get to see what this person does or day-to-day life, so it's hard to venture much of a guess beyond that. I want to see a playlet kill a virus. I need to see that before the show's over. Using a little toy. Of course, the virus would actually die of a heart attack, but still, I think it could work. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Playlets are going to be busy when this is all taken care of. Doesn't sound good, but you gotta look. Still haven't found anyone, but I'm sure there'll be someone at least. Maybe not. Oh, never mind. I gave up too soon. So, you actually don't even seem that injured, really. Zillions, huh? Well, that's how bleeding works. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But we need to go to the hospital. This isn't something the body can just fix on its own. Well, it's not necessarily true. Like I said, just get to a hospital, the emergency room in time, you might be saved. But yeah, oxygen levels are not doing great. At least Hanakana's alive, silver lining. And traffic's no longer as big of a problem. Uh, I think you could use it. Well, yeah, that's what she's here to help you with. Uh, yes. Well, more than usual? I mean, she brought you oxygen. Can you not see that? Ugh. Man, I'd be able to breathe, but you can sure talk a lot. Just leave this here. Well, the most of them are probably gone. You just noticed that? Welcome to the lungs. Well, the body's in emergency mode, so... The body's desperately trying not to die right now. Anybody, we'll take anyone. We're desperate. We're low on workers. And can you carry 5 boxes? Obviously. But we're still here, so we gotta still work. That's what it means to be a red blood cell. Begins a pretty extreme on-the-job training here, but this is how it goes. Could at least take 2 boxes. That's her for you. But there's only so much 2 cells can do. Here's your new oxygen. Your oxygen for the day. Just 1 box. I mean, it's great to see them working so hard, but still, they really can only do so much themselves. That's... I mean, that's a bigger concern for you little cells. Ah, not the hat! Yeah, that's not safe. That's not safe at all. It's not a good day to be a blood cell. A red blood cell. Ah, not the hat again! Just nothing sacred anymore. I want to hold on to the railing there. Little platelet. I mean, these are red blood cells have the boxes on them for weight. Well, of course, a lot of them leaked out. You know, bleeding 101. And once you don't have enough blood, you kind of die. Well, there you go. So I'm pretty excited about this, considering how much in trouble the body's in. Not higher blood pressure. That looks so cute, but so dangerous. Kohai-chan. Does she even have a name? Because I don't remember her name. Ooh, that's not good. I guess if... yeah, that's not a smart thing to do. It's no time for a lesson. Cells are dying. Hanakana, you better hold on to something. I don't care what it is. Yeah, are you proud of yourselves? No kidding. I can't believe you're shocked about that. You don't look at the thousands of dead blood cells, just focus on me. Which is easy for me to do personally, but... why don't you help instead of standing near the boxes? Again, that's not a good thing. But, you know, went from the hot, sweaty episode to this. Oh, she actually is carrying 2 boxes. I was just kind of joking when I mentioned that. Don't feel obliged to do that. Obligated, I mean. Oh man, this is not the weather for shorts. It's the weather for skirts. And that's some deep snow. When I start watching Girls' Last Tour again? Because this Sunday became Girls' Last Tour. Yeah, but I don't know how much of a difference you expect to make. Well, you can't really expect somebody to deliver boxes in a blizzard. It's not, in shorts no less, it's not realistic. But, she doesn't look okay. Stop what, trying to be helpful? Okay, yeah, she's not wrong, but no need to bully Hanakana. I'm sure there are some blood cells that would be dead. Wow. Uh... I mean, I'm sure there is some trying to show off, but at the same time, I'm sure Hanakana just wants to do her best to do her job. Can't really yell at somebody for that. Okay, a third of the blood. Just need a blood transfusion, it'll fix it. Oh, that'll shut her up. It's gotta be warmer, though. I mean, yes, you tell her. As a red blood cell, that's all you really can do. And what's the alternative? Sitting in the snow until you die? I mean, technically the two of you could snuggle close together for warmth, but... You might be willing to give up, but not Hanakana. She has a job to do. And man, just 3 boxes, that's... Oh god, she looks awful. She can't go much more than this. Macrophage. Yes. Playlet hat. Ooh, there we go. You're not. You're not. You're the best senpai she could ever hope for. Probably not a good thing. Who? What did you just say? Uh... I mean, I guess these are red blood cells, but, I mean, they look like it, but... Oh, are they like from a blood transfusion? I mean, they talk a little bit weirdly. Like, clearly have some kind of dialect, so I guess that's supposed to be a joke about them coming from a different body. If they are what I think they are. Okay, yeah. It sounds like a blood transfusion. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of accent dialect there. Wow, go with the flow. That is what red blood cells do, yeah. I might prefer the native red blood cells, but I guess this is some needed immigration, so. It's still oddly sad because we still have, like, you know, billions or whatever of red blood cells just dead. Well, it's a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's pretty good when it's in its prime. uh, you asked for oxygen? I got your oxygen. Better late than never. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good job. Oof. Yes, you worked very hard today. You're one of the few original red blood cells left. Yeah, it's at least in the billions, I'm sure. Another body. You know, with a similar blood type. Yes, I know what happened. Gotta be a fun existence, just taking out of one body, put into another. I understand what a blood transfusion is, I'm not that stupid. Close, but not quite. Yeah, they made this up at home. You having fun with that stick back there? Hopefully she's okay. Oh, okay, I guess she's fine. Oh, God. What? Thank you for being a good senpai? Yes. Okay, that's what I was hoping for, because Hana-kan did a great job at the end there. I could tell. I could tell that was your character. The importance of never giving up. Yes, the one thing she had over you. And that, of course. Uh, she's so happy. She did a good job as a senpai. That is some of the cutest crying I've seen in a long time. That's so sweet. It just sounded so genuine. Uh, uh, oh, Ko. Oh, Hanakana. Never change. I know your red blood cells look the same. Just funny, a bunch of foreigner red blood cells suddenly entering. Having them have an accent was a very nice touch. But now we are in the cleaning up stage, now that the crisis has been averted. Because for a little bit there, I thought maybe they would actually go in the direction of having the body die in the last episode, but nah. We got close, though. Nah, the new Hanakana wouldn't get lost. Let's not lie. You are the best. Go catch that dastardly villain. Yes. Yes. I do enjoy their friendship. Make it last. Yes. I mean, you can try to paint this as a happy ending all you want, but we still lost a lot of red blood cells. That was some serious, just death. Like, I didn't know any of them, but still, it's still sad. The body will never be the same. Like, they're trying to gloss over that fact, but... I was just kind of worried they'd kill off Kohai-chan there, which would have been the worst. Yeah. Yeah, that episode actually was getting pretty emotional for a little bit there. Man, Hanaka just really pushing herself there. Or Kohai, that was pretty much talking down to her. And Hanaka is still doing her best in spite of all that, trying to be a good red blood cell, good senpai, a good worker. And then in the end, it all paid off because we finally got new blood. But yeah, there was no way the body could fix that problem itself. She needed to go to a hospital, and it looks like she did, because she got her transfusion. It is always funny seeing these things, these hospital-like things, happen from the cell's perspective, because they don't understand what it is when a needle suddenly comes to the skin. They're just like, what is that? Oh, where do all these blood cells come from? I don't understand. Because they wouldn't understand the concepts that happen outside, but anyway. That was the 13th and final episode of Hataraku Saibou. Bit of a hiccup there. And yeah, this episode, this is pretty much the darkest the show has gotten, really. I mean, I guess unless you count the cancer cell backstory stuff, but as far as the current body situation, this is really as dark as it got. Because, like I said, we had billions and billions of red blood cells just die. They fell out of the wound. You know, the head wound, I think is what they said. But yeah, that's bad because if you lose enough blood, you just kind of die because you need a certain amount of blood cells to do the job properly. Otherwise, yeah, just death is all that awaits you. It starts to snow in your body, and it's just the worst. And I mean, was not really much to say on this episode, really, and specifically. I mean, you had Hanakana running around desperately with their Kohai, trying to deliver as much oxygen as they could, which wasn't a lot because there are only 2 cells, and the body's supposed to have like hundreds of billions of red blood cells, I think. So, yeah, they can only really do so much, and it just we had the red blood cells like scaffolding, whatever you call it, the mountain, to try to get the blood to get the oxygen where it needs to be. And then the upper management having a problem with how slow things have been going, so they upped the blood pressure and just caused us to lose more blood, which was really stupid to do. You think the body would understand that, but no, I guess not. Luckily, the important blood cells didn't die there, because if that caused Hanakana to die, then there'd be a riot on their hands. But pretty much, Hanakana continued to do her best throughout all of it, and in the end, we finally got to have the body saved by a blood transfusion. And yeah, they were able to clean things up. And the very first line I heard from one of those red blood cells was, well, the word was Daijobu, but he said it in a weird way. I think Dijobu or just something like a really weird way, which would immediately tip me off that, okay, who are you? What's going on here? And then they talked more, and I started to get it. Okay, this is some sort of dialect, and I went from there into thinking, oh, right, so these probably came from a different body, so it's a blood transfusion. So I connected some dots from that. But the point is, the way this resolved was bringing new blood into the body, because you kind of have to do that if the body doesn't have enough blood. And yeah, that's what you do. You seal up the injury, the wound, and you give new blood. And hopefully you have blood that's compatible, because it's got to kind of have to be the same blood type, otherwise it doesn't work out too well. I don't know exactly what happens if you put the wrong blood type in somebody, but I'm sure it's not good. And now they have to make a home for themselves here and help clean up, and hopefully they can get the body looking pretty good in the near future. I mean, the person's probably still in the hospital. They'll probably be there for a while, but yeah, we're on the path to recovery. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Let's see what else. Yeah, but the biggest moment really was the walking through the snow when the Kohai lost all faith and confidence and just saying everything that was on her mind to Hanakana, thinking there was no point in anything anymore. And Hanakana didn't let any of that get to her. She just kept moving forward with the boxes of oxygen because she does have a job to do. And just looking at that serious face full of conviction, basically frozen over, just that, yeah, that was definitely some pretty serious, powerful moment for the series. And luckily that all paid off. I really don't, there should be more to say about this episode, but there's really not. I mean, that's really what everything it was. Gotta be something. The body temperature dropping, the platelets doing their best. Because yeah, the platelets definitely have to worry, because if anyone has a chance of being blown through the sky, it'd be those lightweights. Yeah, I mean that's really all it is. So, my thoughts on the series as a whole. This has been a pretty fun anime. I wasn't sure what to expect from it when I first saw it on the seasonal anime chart. It struck me as something that could either be really good or really bad, but I reacted to the first episode and I liked it well enough to continue, and the response from viewers was pretty positive. Like the reaction had a ton of views. I was like, oh, people clearly like this. No, I wasn't completely sold on it after episode 1 like some people were. It took me a couple more episodes, but once the characters started to really grow on me, I got hooked into it. I really enjoy the characters like Hanakana and our main platelet girl, and the white blood cell was a pretty cool guy. Like, the way he just murders viruses and bacteria and all that in cold blood, like it's no big deal, with a short knife and just tearing them apart. It's like, oh, hello, red blood cell, fancy meeting you here again. So I'm just taking care of this virus for you, and all that. But of course, Hanakana is my favorite character in the show, hands down. She is very cute, but as she runs around doing her best to do her job and not die, just all the little crazy sound effects and stuff she makes, and very silly, over the top shenanigans. She's always been a very fun, enjoyable character to watch. And always watching her, fail, like getting lost and having the map upside down and accidentally pushing around a virus in the box instead of the oxygen she thought she had. And yeah, pretty good stuff. We even got to see her, childhood as a little baby red blood cell, in the bone marrow or whatever, and learning the ropes and how she met white blood cell way back then. So they were fated to, be together later in the future, I guess. But, yeah, and then she ran into that virus that she thought was a fake virus, the guy role-playing as a virus, but it was a real one. And then she got all scared and panicky, and it was great. And yeah, when we saw her as a child, we realized that she's always been bad at direction and stuff. It's a miracle she still has a job, really. You'd think she'd be fired and have to get a job as a platelet or something. She'd be a great platelet, though. That's a pretty good alternate career path. in the series as a whole, a lot of the episodes focus on a different bodily ailment, whether it be, you know, allergies or what else? Well, we had cancer, we had heat stroke, we had what else? We had like a scratch, a scrape. She was probably just running and scraped her knee on the ground or something. That's probably what that was about. And yeah, and the viruses always had pretty interesting designs. Some of them had tentacles and stuff like that. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not. I never went to med school, so I'm sure a lot of the stuff went over my head. But from other people I've listened to, they seem to be accurate with a lot of stuff. So as accurate as you could expect a fictional anime that's still trying to be entertaining to be, of course. But yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with that. Just rockets for sneezing. The one net thing that they had to seal out the injury that the blood cells got caught in. That was pretty funny. See what else, and the platelets are always just and really adorable. They always do their best, and they're always a source of happiness and comfort for the other cells that are working hard. A bit of a palate cleanser for those other cells. And there's apparently a lot of cells in the human body, because we have the red blood cells, the white blood cells, which apparently have different categories. Like we had the pink blood cell, macrophage, which I think are both different types of white blood cells, and also the killer T cell. It's all sorts of stuff, like hazmat suit people, which are also the macrophage cells. I guess the human body is a complicated thing. That's one of the biggest takeaways from this anime. But yeah, for the most part, the comedy was pretty on point. I enjoyed it, and it's pretty funny how some of the ways they managed to visualize things in the anime itself. Like you had snow to represent the dropping body temperature, and also. What else? A lot of the different architecture throughout the body was interesting as well. Some of the signs, like place your ad here, I think is a sign we saw at some point. I was going to kick out of that. And just, yeah, this has been a very unique anime. It reminded me a lot of Osmosis Jones, that one movie was very old. Some of you younger audience may not have heard of that, but I quite enjoyed Osmosis Jones when it aired. Except it actually showed the human body segments in addition to the inside body, which gave you better context for a lot of things. But this anime decided to do something a bit different, trying to fully show from the cell's perspective, which I guess that's fine. I just kind of preferred the other way, personally. Let's see what else. I mean, some episodes I could kind of take or leave, like the one where we got into the backstory of that one killer T cell and the one dude in their boot camp training camp. I could do without that episode, personally. So there was a couple episodes like that I didn't really care for, but overall I'd say this was a very enjoyable series that I kind of look forward to every week and pretty much enjoyed for the most part. And it was always exciting to see what, ailment we would have next week, and they just kind of kept escalating, getting worse and worse until we eventually got a life-threatening situation here. And we were able to get through that, so if the series has any more episodes, if it had more episodes, we probably would actually die, because if we keep escalating, yeah, where do we go from here? Like a severed head? But I don't know. The point is, yeah, it's probably good to stop it here before we just, die. Yeah, I think that's really about all I have to say on this. I enjoyed it a lot. If there is a season 2, I will most certainly watch it. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.